My friends, I believe we are up and running. We got bananas in chat. I believe everything is set up so that you can see the game, which we've had issues with recently. So now I have to go through additional checks when starting to make sure it's all set up right. Computer noises earlier, probably something's up, says Expo Dude. I was just plugging in my my phone, that's all. So it can be charged up. So bananas in chat, thank you so much. Welcome everyone. The bananas let me know that we're live, I appreciate that. Going to be doing some game design today, okay. Let's talk about this project, right? Like, I have to break down a big project into stages and then kind of run through them one by one. And some of the ideas that you have for the projects, like the parts of the game down here, get affected by what you do earlier on. And if I'd have known that and thought about it more, I could have laid this out a lot different. In fact, bigger, I think, is what I originally needed. But the one thing I don't want to do is rebuild all of this. That would just be far too much, in my opinion. So I've been thinking about how the game can play. And we're going to do a lot of design work, and we're going to design elements and pathways and really try and think through every aspect of the experience for the teams. I'm thinking also the entrance is probably going to be down this end, just to make life easier for the players, and you exit the same way you go in. So that's one thing that's been going through my mind. Another one is using glass. I think you need to be able to see, but not shoot at every target. Stones and rocks disappeared by day. Grass grew in the night. Done by Jaden during the XS stream. Was a garden, but got rid of it due to looking rather messy. Enjoy the lovely grass. I believe Jaden has just filled in. Yeah, this looks very filled in. I appreciate you doing that. A lot of what we're going to do might not go into this space down here, but if it does, I always like terraforming and making things tidy. So making this end of the whole project look good is going to be a part of what we're up to. So anyway, having given it some thought, I feel like what we need is a main pathway that goes across in this direction, okay? And the reason it's going to be close is so that teams can shoot one another, right? We don't want them jumping across the middle though. So we do need to think a little bit about how the barrier here works. Like, if I lower this all by 1, and we make that the floor, this probably won't be built out of glass, this bit right here. Or maybe it will. You see, you need to be able to get a good idea of which targets need to be hit. So for this main corridor, you'll be able to see and shoot the other team members maybe. Kind of feels like they're going to be at that level and you're at this level. It's not the greatest like shooting gallery, but maybe what blocks can stop them going through this space but allow them to shoot through it? We could have an honor rule, but not entirely sure how that one's going to play out. But anyway, that's an element. So we're going to have this main corridor. This might not actually be the place to use the glass, but when we come back out into the arena, we've got to be able to like challenge other teams and be able to see the targets, which is why I think the floor needs to be glass. I did not know Crash Bandicoot was still a thing, says Seven Town. I mean, it was a game, right, in the 90s, so it's still a thing, I guess. Like, I'm guessing some people still play it. I played it when I was a kid. Honey on the ground so they can't jump. Does honey slow down your speed massively? It's an okay idea, but I kind of want to use elements that allow us to decorate this whole area as well. Kind of slows you down. I don't think I want the main corridor to be slow. Fences to stop them from going. I could use fence. Actually would probably just look a little easier so you can look through. Could replace this bit right here like so, right? Then we can have our floor at the same level. And for theming's sake, it might make sense to keep the initial floor nether brick. So then there's this like, whoa, watch out moment when you're going through that area. Let's make this 5 wide. Now we've got to think about how seeing this is always important. Let's go ahead and... I'm not actually going to make this nether brick for now. We're going to do everything with wall blocks. This is an old builder's trick when using stuff like this. Okay, and this will be our main corridor, right? So that's obviously too much, but it's for us to figure out what's going on. Okay, now there's a lot of height here, which makes me think at certain points during this game you want to be able to take advantage of all of this. So you might want like a platform up here where you shoot down from. Let's get more colours of wall in here actually. It'd be good, so if we colour code, white is like main corridor. Let's say we use something like red as shooting point. So somewhere around this height we want a place for them to get to where they shoot the other team, okay? And all of this is going to be mirrored, potentially. Well, that has to be. And when we get to these places, it's important that they're not able to just shoot up at a target, right? So I think a glass roof here makes sense. Let's make it about 5 blocks. So it doesn't feel too claustrophobic on the player. I think I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. And we're probably going to be a bit limited as to where this extends to. So, something like that going on. There will obviously be a wall here. A wall? A wall? A wall? It's big shooting areas. So I think you're going to need like turnings off that avoid the shooting area, but the important thing is that the players sort of pass by it, right? So we have this again to stop them hopping over to the other side. Then from up here you can kind of shoot down into that space. Maybe mix blackstone slab texture on top, says Captain Gatsy. Decoration will come later on. Look, we're just designing the layout, right? And then we'll theme the areas. Like we might even decorate this with like a pagola feel or something. You know, we'll worry about that later on. It's about bringing together the design aspect of it. Now, what's unfortunate about how I've laid things out down here is that as far as challenges goes, it's a series of like one little interactions with each target. So this is definitely a case of skill to get from our main corridor over to a point where you can shoot the target. So one way we could achieve that is with things like parkour, which don't feel particularly fun, to be frank. Another thing I thought about was being able to shoot across the other side and perhaps having a bunch of target blocks that you can land an arrow on and it can set off some sort of bad effect. And by the way, we've got noises in the ear. We've got Brenny Beast. Oh, a raid! Thank you for the raid, Brenny. Appreciate it. 3 minutes ago. As you might have noticed, I'm deep in thought. For the raiders coming over, we are on my creative server and we are redesigning an arena for a game that I built on Hermitcraft. So this is the mechanics, the core mechanics of the game, and it's basically been admittedly built in kind of like rushed stages. I mean, it's very difficult to do large-scale jobs for YouTube videos and get them right. I think Tango knows how to do that. He just built Decked Out. I feel like I just rushed into this a bit, or... Well, it's my process. My process is like... I can get stuck, you know, on perfectionism, essentially. So I don't want to get stuck. I want to really, you know, power through. And the result is I've got this kind of arena that hasn't been fully thought through, I guess. Yeah, anyway, thank you for the raid, dude. Appreciate it. Billman68's here for 47 months. Still can't find the unsub button. Have a good stream, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for continuing to sub. We got Mia Lador here for 4 months. Hello Mumbo, when did they add target blocks in Terraria? By the way, loves your Bluestone videos. Very trolly message right there. Shepmaster is here for a subscription. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. appreciate it. So, I reckon that essentially we're going to look at... let's use a different material now. We're going to be looking at cordoning these off one by one. So we will have walls like this between each thing. By the way, the music today is another streamer that we've raided by the name of Music Man. And I chatted with them, and their music, I believe, isn't in the system, so we're going to give it a whirl today. So hopefully you enjoy this. I really enjoyed this record. Wait, where am I going? Grey wool. Yeah, so it's light. So each of these, unless we put two in one section, are basically going to be cordoned off like this. So when you go into this area, however the challenge is laid out, they're always very much just going to be put together like that to some extent. So wherever the turnings off are, I think it's going to be a case of go out, go left or right, and then different type of challenge, or go up, and then challenges available up there, right? That's kind of what I picture. Now the glass allows us to always be looking up at the score, but communicating about where the target blocks are is a little tricky. If I could redesign this from the ground up, it'd be very hard to know what to do, actually. If this was flipped, which would make the redstone really difficult, so you could see the other team's targets, it becomes more valuable like that. It might cause players to... Well, actually, you could lay it out so that their main corridors are next to each other, right? And that sense of being able to see how the other team are doing by looking across, probably a little more valuable than looking at that, but actually maybe not too much different. Now down here, I think this is going to get quite low, the roof bit here, right? It's going to go like that. Over to the last one. Bouncy, sticky, piston, rage room, says Toadmaster. I'm not sure what that would be like. I don't want to include too much redstone in this because you need it to be equal on both sides. Chris Maven is here for 2 months. Thank you so much, dude. Official Jaden has gifted a sub to Milan Pavizavow. I probably butchered that name. Thank you, Jaden, for gifting the sub. And we've got Sniper 1974 for 54 months. Incredible. I'm doing good today. Thank you. Just wondering, you know, this was my next planned stream, but I feel like maybe I haven't got all my ideas in order quite yet. It's very tricky to see this playing out, but I'm starting to think maybe what we need is like a secondary corridor that comes back here, and then comes across this way, and then maybe what we do is we like alternate access. So this is then going to access that. Now in doing so, maybe this is where we can add my other target block thing. Okay, there's going to be like this big old... So you can shoot it from there, right? Oh, maybe this could help enable a bit of team coordination here, or discoordination. Here's an interesting thought. What if the player here is not able to access these target blocks, but they open something up? Let's make this like a 3x3. And yeah, we need to change the color coding here again, because it's a different element. Let's use this now. Now, there's two ways in which I wanted to use this. One was to disrupt the other team, and one was to help them. Now, if this player doesn't have access to this, they need another player to shoot it in order to move into the next area, but we need to make it obvious that they can do that as well. What if you must hit 2 adjacent targets vaguely at the same time, says Cole10. That could work. That could work, yeah. Where's the old comparator? And a bit of redstone. These save toolbars right here, you can like drag things out of them, and I never use them. It'd be kind of useful to have like pre-enchanted stuff just lying around there. So anyway. Ooh. Okay, let's go closer. Can be turned off. But I'd say if it's far enough away for you to need to actually draw, then it's going to be way harder. Plus, if we put it on either side, we can put it in a position that just makes it tricky. Or we can create elements inside the game that make it obvious that you've got to do two things together at once, right? So here's an idea. This is a danger area. The other team can shoot at you, but it's also right next to where you need to hit the first target block, right? And then the game is going to tell you that the next one is over the back there. And we do that through the layout. Let's see if we can put the design element together here as well, right? So I'd like a redstone neutral block. What's a cool new block they added? Blackstone? Blackstone's a bit much. It's got to be that one. Okay, so something like that both teams have got to unlock. And I kind of pictured this being in a tube. I don't even know where it's going to go to activate it right now. But let's say the player ends up on a platform over here. Even though we know that's the main white platform, I think we're going to stick to white, meaning where the player's at, right? Now we could simply make. We can make it a. If we make it a one-time thing, it needs resetting. So that means more redstone. I was going to put some pistons here, but kind of needs to be like a two-way thing. Like maybe all you got to do is just open it, right? One player on that side, one player on this side. Down you go. Multi-shot crossbows, a good idea, says Aquilos. We could put things inside the layout of the game that enable you to unlock stuff. Sonin on Twitch is here for 20 months. Thank you so much, dude. We also got Webus Potato here for 6. Thank you for your music blog. I've always listened to a lot of music before, but after I discovered your blog, I've really cultivated my tastes and found music I can truly appreciate, and not just have on to keep the quiet out. Have a good day. Glad you enjoy it, dude. Glad you enjoy it. There is some interesting developments happening around my music blog at the moment. I'm sure you'll find out about it soon enough. Thank you so much. Asher Williams is here subscribing, and Dijon Moneyyear is here with the Prime. Thank you so much. Excuse me. Okay, let's go grab our torches. So if I want to make this compact, it could be some other mechanic. I'm picturing this not being a big thing, right? So there's all this here, but it being an extra block wider is not actually really a problem. And then potentially we put our whatever it is there. So how can we use the redstone to manipulate something that stops this player getting down there? Could actually use trapdoors, but then you need to use it in reverse, because at the moment we're thinking one way, right? One way in, one way out. Maybe. Actually, I haven't thought this through. If we turn that off, it's only going to create a short pulse, so it needs a pulse extender. And I don't want to make things resettable here. Bubble elevator. Lava. interesting. Yeah, there are so many mechanics available, right? Silverwind says X the cheat. I don't know why you're calling me a cheat. Naffin MC is here for 9 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Okay, shooting off a target block to slow down the opposition team. Yes, Dan was taken. Yeah, that's something I had thought of doing. But maybe this isn't the best way to take advantage of that right now. It's an idea we're going to hold on to. It's definitely an idea we're going to hold on to. There's so many ideas to put together, all unformulated, all without a layout. Got to make everything work together. Like what happens when we get up here? Because we got these targets that need to be better isolated. Anyway, this feels like the way to do it down here. Some sort of like, you know, caging them in, going one by one. Hey, also in the moon biome, you have to add chains. Yeah, we're not in the moon biome. You can just replace the comparators with repeaters. Yeah, true. It doesn't fix the redstone though, right? Doesn't make the redstone any different. Maybe turn the lights off for the other team when you shoot a block. No, we're not going to tamper with that. We're not going to change the fundamentals of all of this. You could just block it with lava, and when the target is turned off... Ooh! Interesting idea there. So we could have like a shoot through lava, but we could potentially turn the lava off. Let's build that here. That sounds like a very executable idea. However, you know, it might sound executable. We need to experiment and figure out how to make this work, right? So, for now, I'm going to put that there. Oh, here's where being on this server might be a pain in the bum. I'm not sure if this will actually work. Oh, it works. Thank goodness. Must consider though, we're not on vanilla, so that's still a thing, right? Like, we kind of want to make a curtain here. 3 wide curtain. And we want it to be active all the time. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Now we're going to definitely need some form of double pulse, which we can hide in a box, right? We can hide the redstone in a box. No doubt about it. It might be ugly, but we should be able to figure out something, right? So... oh, both of those are just totally the wrong direction. So very basic redstone for now. Get an arrow. It also already needs to be like out. So let's go ahead and grab a redstone block again. Need a bigger hotbar. I'm just forever swapping out things that I'm not using. Okay, so wherever this thing is, we shoot it, right? You can take a blind shot if you want to, but then you won't know if you're actually going to hit it or not. And then that kind of just lets you... ooh, it needs to be a little longer than that, unless you shoot through the sides. Need to think about a pulse extender here. Oh, it's been a while since I made one. Oh, I can't remember. I always have to go look up old videos. Use a harbor clock as an extender, says Quentown. Use a comparator pulse extender. Unfortunately, that old circuit doesn't work anymore. Harbor clock, yeah, I just can't remember the setup's the problem. That's why I just built something like this to get going. Now, the thing with this is you can shoot it and then look over there. So that's your choice. I shoot it, I look over there. But if not, my teammate, I think this should definitely be a teammate-based thing. We could have them stand on a pressure plate so it unlocks fully, but then it needs to go again after when they get off, right? Like, the thing with working with dispensers and redstone is sometimes you can make stuff break, which we don't want. So we'd need a second pulse, like a sort of, what do you call it, a falling edge detector, which I can never remember how to build. But essentially that goes into your input, but then you also have a little, I think it involves a piston. Actually, do you know what? You might be able to do this stuff with observers now. I always forget that they've been added. So get one pulse, and they get another one. So if they're both pointing into the same block, that's empty, isn't it? Actually, I want that there. That here, excellent. Okay, so now kind of look like that fired twice. No, it didn't. Now the thing is, what happens when you do this? Okay, I want to turn on that redstone for the shortest amount of time possible. I'm not sure if this functions the same way as vanilla would. Kind of looks like it's not breakable. I can also make sure it's a 4-tick pulse by adding in a repeater. So the player has to stand here, right? And then you coordinate with your teammate, and then it's like, but now we're good. Now, if we put that sort of right in front of one of these openings, then it means the other team have an incentive to shoot you. I like the lining up of elements here. So let's go ahead and say, like, these are, we're using grey for wall. Now, that's a very direct and easy shot, is what I'm thinking. If there is some sort of obstacle here, I mean, you could try and shoot them through either gap. I think we need an almost full hitbox block. We could go with an ender chest, but that would not look very decorative. So chests might look a little more, but it will probably end up being kind of obvious that it's an obstacle. But maybe we can treat the area aesthetically like it's some sort of construction point, right? So now you have a bit of cover to shimmy from side to side, but the other team might just end up trying to snipe you here. Or maybe it's like a chain being hung from the ceiling. So maybe there's like a bit of a construction theme going on here. And, you know, what you have to do is stand here. Now, we need a way to sort of tell the players that that's it. Or maybe we just put signs like lava hatch, open the lava hatch, right? And also, we're going to have to hide the redstone in not a lot of space here. So maybe there is like a stair block and we put this a little further back to give ourselves some room. So this can be a little nook off to the sides. Have like some stair blocks leading you up and in. You stand in here. Now where is the lava going to be? Because we kind of want... This is another problem. I've put this where the lava is going to be central, right? Like the lava's going to be somewhere about there. And we need that pointing into it. I could probably get away with finagling the position of that block a fair bit. By the way, we've got a noise in the ear from Swervy96 with the cheers and bits. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the support. What if you had minecarts going to a hidden section to try and shoot a target at high speed? Chaos Order, that's a great idea. We should definitely have like a minecart loop somewhere. Pressure plate on observer, says Creeper. Oh man. No, haven't we tried that already? You have to step on it twice that way. There could be, oh, maybe an observer, right? Like, now I can't see what's going on. Okay, so that's a no-no. But if we have this that way around, oops. Okay, it's in there. So player goes on. Oh, I'm now technically off it. Am I? So far so good, but... It's not actually possible because this thing stays down for a while, so that's it. That is actually all we need. So I think having it one up makes sense. Okay. So we don't need that. What we need is this. Okay, and then basically what I built over here, except let's just quickly use world edit, right? Like, okay, do this over here. Anonymous has gifted a sub to Beth's Gaming. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting our community. Okay, so we have that. Now we need our lava bucket, I guess. To set this up, we actually need two. So this element right here can have a player going... Oh. Wait, let's get a stair block. So player comes from this part of the arena, which is probably going to have more walls. To help their teammate by standing here and closing the lava off, right? And dodging shots from the other side if there happens to be a player across there. That'll open it up for a second. Oh, we've broken it. That's not supposed to be possible. Oh, what's going on here? We're supposed to get 2 updates. Didn't we just check this? Why... Hang on a minute, hang on a minute. Like, first of all, it's the wrong way around. Second of all, the observer actually powers it, so it might need to be yet one block higher. What's the height of that target block? Okay, we can make this lower. I think this is going to have to be one block lower. Well, at least it's not a case of a big fat no for this idea working, right? Oh. Now the question is, does it need the pressure plate directly on it? Because that block doesn't actually... Wait, did that do anything? Has this got anything in it? Because this block doesn't actually receive power, I think. And I don't think it detects either, so... Let's grab that. Okay, it's got the thing in it. Okay, try again. No pressure plate. So that'll deploy the lava. Kind of feels to me like this in general could be lower down anyway, but it takes a long time to design stuff, doesn't it? Okay, we've got to stand in there a little longer. Turn the block on the top of the observer into a lamp to update the observer. Yeah, that's a way to send the signal down, I guess. Plus, it can communicate to the other player that something's happening. So, let's actually include that and move this all down. Because I think they're going to take the shot from a little lower down. So, hello? Oh, it's not a block. So we're going to do away with that. But we'll still make it back at this position. So that then goes there. This then means the other player can actually see this. Get lit up, which is cool. And now it's all a little bit lower. Actually, no, it's not. It can go down to here, can't it? Okay. So the other player approaching will need to be able to see that lamp. Could actually swap them. Might be able to swap them around. Let's try that. Like, ooh. Oh, then again, no, let's actually keep it that way, because the lamp will be on, so it's like, if we turn it around, it'll blink. So we're going to do it this way around, okay? We first of all need to just... Okay, you got that. Wait, what am I doing? Player stands here, redstone lamp goes on, other player can see it. Creates a gap. Now, why did that happen? Might be because we're now using a lamp. It's supposed to update it twice. It's updating it once. That's disappointing. I don't know if that's a vanilla spigot thing, but I realise we can also do this. So we can test it in vanilla at another time. Okay, so it's currently off. Don't know if that'll do the trick. That does indeed do the trick. So now we're going to go stand on it. Our powers go says you can still place the lamp. Yeah, that's entirely possible that we just put the lamp somewhere else. like here. Not bad. And it hasn't broken. Okay, so that's going to be a visual spot for team communication here. And there'll need to be some sort of pathway over to this spot, right? Like the player's gonna... We might even just put a gap here, so you don't actually... You're not able to get over there. So that means we're gonna have a pathway here. Now this pathway is gonna need to be contained because we don't want the player to be able to shoot at much other stuff, right? And thus... other angles appear, but we'll come back and double check all that stuff later. Like that'll be relatively easy to figure out. Also, might be a good idea to keep that view of what's going on up there, but maybe not from here. We'll worry about that later as well. Okay, let's go ahead. That's our first completed element, peeps. We've got another 12 to go. Now, I think we should, hey, what's going on over here? Oh my goodness me. What is this? That's my thumbnail, that's what that is. Hang on, hang on. Let me just, no, look up, oh! Ugh, I got a thumbnail. I got a good old thumbnail right there. Oh, that was amazing, okay. Okay. That's actually one of our ideas. This is going to be our idea area. So we definitely need to do like a minecart run where you shoot from minecarts. We're going to include the honey drop again, okay? The honey drop's cool, it just needs to be better designed. We need signs if we're going to label what we're doing. Can you put it on a... No, you can't. So we need 12 ideas, okay? Oh, and by the way, anyone who's playing on the server, like on this server or on the survival one, you're all welcome to come over here. One of the things I'd love to do is have some playtesting going on. Obviously, it's a little too early for that. But... GG. I'm just going to join in. But yeah, if anyone wants to get involved with what we're doing here, more than welcome. It's a monumentous task, so any help is most welcome. Now, we've done water streams already, in a way. Oh, wait a minute. My brain is having ideas now. Oh, this would be a really simple one to execute if this turns out to be true. Okay, let's put water there, water here, and there. Now, what I want to do is shoot through it. Does it affect the trajectory much? I actually can't see what's going on here. Does it just no, it doesn't disappear. It looks like it's not affected. However, as you know, projectiles are affected. Okay, let's grab that. So my idea might just work in reverse, funny enough. Not even reverse. You'll see. You'll see. How do I want to do this? Okay, there we go. Oh. I think... Dang, it's a bit cheaty, but it didn't work, right? Like, I think it either needs a block update, which it's not getting, or it's not the right type of water? Well, oh dearie me. I guess maybe the stuff that's set with World Edit just doesn't get used that way, right? So I might have to build everything manually here. Anyway, let's just go like that. Probably a good idea to have a lowest spot for them to get to. Oh, now that's not quite what I expected. Why? Actually, I placed water earlier and it flowed, but now it doesn't. Okay, anyway. That didn't really seem to do anything. Gonna need like a second angle here. Water also happens to distort your point of view, right? Dude, what is going on right now? If I hold it all the way and let go, it didn't shoot, and now it does. It really looks like this doesn't affect it in the slightest, which, oh my god, please shoot. Then again, it just got caught up there. I think this might need to be tested in vanilla. Spokey says you're outside your plot. Oh dear. I must be on the middle of that road. Wait, hang on. How does that work? Because like... So... Okay, so water flows there. Ah, okay. Oh, it flows here? Now I'm just confused. But I'm pretty... Let's go... I don't want to actually I guess I will. It takes a bit of time to like get back on. So usually I tend to stay logged in and use multiple clients, but that won't work right now. In fact, that and that are done with. Now that I remember. Right, noises in the eardrum. Anna Bomb Banana is here gifting sub to Craft and Data. Thank you so much, Anna, as always. Appreciate you doing that. The Black Ranger PL is here for 52 months. It's been a long time since I was here. Only 8 months left to a full 5 years. Very true. Very true. Thank you for your tremendous support, dude. Henkel Max is here for 32 months. Anna Bomb Banana is gifting a sub to... Thank you ever so much for your wonderful viewership. And Anna, thank you for gifting our a sub to our community. Yeah, I totally butchered that name. I'll admit it, okay? The butchering was a little surreal then. Right, same setup as a moment ago. We got lowest points, and then we got places to put the water. This time it's going to work a little different. Which also makes me think the way I currently want to use this inside the game is going to suffer because we can't have source blocks. But anyway, they're going with their bows, right? And they do some shooting. Now that time, it definitely took upwards. Yeah. Right, so that's a mechanic that we can integrate. The problem is, I can do this. Okay, I can have a single water stream go downwards, but I cannot have multiple. So does it affect it in the same way if there isn't soil at the bottom is the next question, I guess. I think it slows it down. Let's put a couple more in. I think it slows it down. Feels like it, but here's the thing, right? Like, how does a player navigate a challenge? You can put water in front of them, but they can walk past it very quickly. So we can put down soul soil and slow them down. But how do we make it challenging? How do we make it so that there's some skill, some trickery? Because remember, everything that I did in my first L13 arena, okay, it was pretty quick. It was like, here's an idea, let's throw a bunch of scaffolding to obscure the view. So I executed. This time we're gonna spend time on every single challenge. So now it needs to be a lot more thought through. We can probably create a big space between the target and the player entering the area, but how do we put the water on a bridge and have pistons push them off? That doesn't create much in my mind, the way you've explained that. Make them jump over cobwebs. Jumping stuff will come later on. Target blocks to stop the water from falling. I have no idea how a target block would stop it. Unless you mean shoot them to stop the water from falling? That's an idea, you know, you could shoot at something else to then... That's something that's going in the world, okay? We need to remember that. You need to shoot at multiple targets to unlock the shot at the one you want, right? So, like, get that one and that one in a quick time and open it up and get that one. We've definitely got to do one like that. Have them try and get it on a target block above the soul soil. Oh, like, what happens if... Let's get a lamp. Hey! Oh, that one I think just went straight to it, right? If we look at where it falls down, there's a slim chance of maybe... There's also the block it lands under, right? Like... That's interesting to know. That's interesting to know. We might use that for something. Use magma blocks so the arrow sinks in case the water... Use the water with open fence gates. Yeah. That's totally valid. I know what you mean by that. The question is, like, how does the player navigate around this with a target block in mind? Okay, I think I'm getting an idea now. But it's one that I think is going to be relatively quickly exploitable, or like it's a nice idea, but it's probably not going to do that much in the bigger scheme of things. It's kind of got some flaws already to think about. But let's say you got walls here, right? You got target block at one end and the other. Now the ceiling is going to have gaps above where this is, so you get sucked up into the ceiling, perhaps. That just feels more annoying than anything. Like, you could probably just move through the middle and keep your head on the ceiling. So the mechanics don't quite line up there. Or possibly you shoot whilst going up through a water stream. That's probably going to be like similar to the honey block challenge. What is under the glass? Oh, just nothing but glass down there. If we did this with magma blocks, you take damage unless you hold down shift. Shift makes you move slower, so there's something to that. But essentially we could be making it like an underwater maze. And then there could be, okay, and then there could be, let's get some magma blocks. There could be perhaps walls. Let's actually build some walls then. I think this thing's going to need to be wider, right? Like so. Let's actually start again with this. Let's bring this over here. I definitely should have come into this stream with more like what you might call theory crafting, like some pre-thought out ideas, because you can think around a lot of ideas. Actually, no, wait, I'm doing this the wrong way. You can think out a lot of ideas in advance and then figure out what the flaws are or what you have to do to make it work right. So if we think of that like a shooting gallery, this is part of it too. Then maybe one here. The closer you get to the front, the easier it's going to be to shoot at the target, right? I'm going to put one more here. Let's go pretend this is our target. So we can shoot the target, that's cool. Now, maybe I should have put the water in first. I can think of a way we can do this with commands. This is fine. This will work. Right, so now we've just got to contain the area. Player's going to enter there. They're going to be able to shoot from this spot, I think. That's how we'll play it. That's going to be... The ceiling would need to be lower, actually. Okay, so now we're going to start using some commands. Fill. No, wait, hang on. That one. We're using the vanilla commands if anyone wants to learn this stuff, right? You take your 2 coordinates and then you fill it with your white stained glass. Doing the same thing over here. Going over to this coordinate. So now we have a tunnel challenge to get to the end here. I think I'm going to put a wall in these 2 spots. And that there. Now what we're going to do is take this and do the fill command. Right, but here we've got to do something careful. We're going to come all the way over to this block and use its coordinates, but then we're not going to do anything. We're going to remove that block. Okay, now we're going to fill with water, but we're also going to replace air. So it's only going to put it where there are air blocks. And in theory... Right, yeah, now what I need to do is waterlog some blocks. Actually, maybe more than I'd really like to. Because all of those don't have it on, do they? Yeah, that's waterlogged. In fact, I can pretty much come in here and see. I was kind of hoping... Actually, it's doing it. As I waterlog them, it sorts out the ones that aren't waterlogged in the middle. Okay, there we go. Now, let's say we go ahead, go back to that original... Oh, please don't put me in swim. Oh, you can kind of swim through the gap, I guess. Let's come back to that original shot, right? Let's put an obstacle in the way of it. That obstacle is going to be magma. Oh, I'm swimming again. Please make up your mind. Okay, so now when I shoot through here, it interacted with it. In fact, I think all the water did. So that's a difficult shot. Let's put one there and one here. Now, the problem is that you might just end up like basically just swimming through. Like it just becomes a bit of a charge through and shoot from the front, right? We need a good trade-off here. You need to be able to hit. You need some sort of skill that allows you to go, hang on a minute, I can actually get this. And it feels to me like the water pulling the arrow down just means you're going to learn to go all the way to that one little spot where then you can hit it, right? Which is probably about here. Okay, so we hit it. So the next time you play, you're probably going to go straight there and hit it. Like, that's the only issue of a challenge like this. I'm going to read chat now. I think everyone would understand what I'm getting at, right? When you're creating a puzzle in this environment, it can be too easy for the player just to go straight to the bit that works. How can we make it so that they're taking shots that may or may not land? We need a bit more of a luck element to this, right? Do you want to do a maze assumer? It will be a maze challenge. I don't want to put in mazes, but we might have to for some things. Eve says turning magma streams on and off so you need to time the shots. That's great, but I really wanted to avoid redstone clocks because they can become desynced and uneven on either side. Have magma blocks on different positions. Varen, if we put them in different positions, it's the same problem. You just navigate straight to the space where you can shoot it. Moving target is not possible. It's not the way the game's designed. If I add soul sand, if we add anything that's like, you know, soul sand, it just means you navigate to the quickest spot, right? It does really feel like we're going to have to introduce some form of redstone clock because It's not what I wanted to do, but I can envision how to do it. In fact, someone suggested an idea I really like. We'll go do it on the other server. But we'll come back to that at another point. I think someone said something in chat, I'm not sure if it's quite what you meant, but make it a trick shot, like make it timed, like when you get to the front then you've got to go to the back. I think I know what you mean. It's like, it's okay to have that path to the front if it's timed, like when you only have so much time to get it. I don't think that environment, again, that's going to involve redstone, but then that becomes a little fairer because it becomes like an unfolding challenge. Like you gotta run the gauntlet each time, but you might fail. So it doesn't matter that you're rushing to that spot because it changes each time. So someone suggested an idea that I really like. I think what we're going to do is make a 3-wide thing like... Oh, this is going to get tricky to wire up actually, but we'll give it a shot. If we have almost randomly oriented doors, right? Oh, this is going to sound horrible as well. It's going to be like a loud, annoying thing. Okay. Put the target block over here. This is going to end up just being like a massive redstone. I mean, I kind of don't want to end up building like really big projects for each and every part, but that's kind of what you got to do. If you look at Decked Out, for example, oh God, the scale of that project, you know, Tango must have put an incredible amount of time into it. It just takes so much time to figure out stuff like this. Okay. So far so good actually. I just thought of something really important for this. This actually might be relatively simple if I just think about the redstone in simpler ways, right? Sometimes you overcomplicate things in your mind. It'd be nice if that were like 1 block lower. Anyway, I might be able to make that work, but... actually, this might not be quite as simple as I thought. Might not be a bad idea to experiment with this going directly into that quickly. I can use this here actually, like that's handy. That's handy Andy right there. Not using that right now, not using the target block. Also, another JT is here for 40 months! Another JT, thank you ever so much for tuning in, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Oh, nothing happens? Ah, see, the pulse length isn't good enough. Right. It might just be easier to make what I'm making too wide. Actually, no, I want it to be 4 because I want it to stay open for a second. There's something to this. There's something to this. It requires a little more design than just being random, right? Let's try that with a shorter delay. There's a few things we've got to figure out here. If we make it so there's a moment where it's open, you can shoot all the way through, then there might be something to that. And maybe this initial idea of making it like a big thing is not so great. I mean, it could mean you have to like look for the angle that you shoot through. Then we'd have to do a bunch of design work to make sure that angle is sort of accessible. In which case, I think that makes the design rather complex, and we should focus on simplicity here. Let's focus on a simple design, as we're probably just going to learn a lot in attempting to do this. So all of this down here we'll forget about. We now need the timing of this just to work in our favour. And also, we kind of want it to go in a loop when the player is standing here. So when it gets to the end... Oh, okay, my brain just did redstone for me. Thanks, brain. Thanks, brain. Appreciate it. When it gets to the end, it needs to... Let's see. I probably positioned that incorrectly. Yeah, it looks like I positioned it incorrectly. Now... Hey, I'm supposed to stay on. Hey! Who's got brains? This fella! Let's experiment with these being free ticks. Now, I'm also wondering, does it actually matter the length here? Like... No, I think it does. The length controls the... Okay, for a second there I thought maybe I was overthinking this. It feels like you could send something slow through. So let's actually turn this down like that, right? I think it needs to be a bit faster. Actually, it's the same... It's the same thing. It's not like open for a split second, is it? So what we need to do... Oh, this could be a bit much for an arrow to get shot through, I think. Let's say we slow down the... speed up the middle... I don't know what we're doing. We're doing something. Let's now have a look. Nah, it's still locked all the way through. Maybe the player just navigates through this, like... What if we make it more... We go back a step and we make it like a maze to get through the maze of iron doors? Someone says put the doors the same way. Okay, I'll do that. I mean... Not every idea works out, remember? Oh, shoot. Broke that. How did that go on... Wait. Why? Oh, I know what it is. It's the placing doors together mechanic. So... They're not, like, all open for long enough, right? Like, your shot's not going to get through there. Let's make them all short. It's a good idea, but I don't think it plays out quite how we want. Ooh, that on the other... That almost does. That looks extremely difficult. Oh, I don't actually need an arrow. Hey! Maybe there's something to it. Maybe there's something to it. I can't help but feel now that using trapdoors might be the better approach, right? Kind of looks like we've got to work with about 4 of them. Oh, this would make this shot like kind of crazy. I think you probably actually do need to use doors. It's just the way they double up is kind of annoying. I don't... Oh, there we go. We've tricked it. Okay, so let's now go put that about there. Put a ceiling on it. Which might actually make the shot harder. Needs to be able to like dip and fall, doesn't it? Let's think about this. Oh, there's something to this. Oh, man. This is so hard. Hey, did I just get it? Did I just get it? Oh, apparently I got a few shots. I guess maybe I didn't realise because there wasn't no indicator and it's kind of hard to see, right? Also, there might be a way we can effectively make it a little easier. Oh, okay, I've just had an amazing idea, right? Yeah, got it. It's pretty much as soon as it opens, right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What if we put target blocks here? I don't want you to do that. Okay, so the way that you place them can affect that. I think we only had 4, right? And there's a bunch of, yeah, there's a bunch of those here. So what happens when I miss-hit the first door? Right, now when that drops, did it keep it open for a second? Like, I hit that. Okay, hit the door again. Let's do it manually. No. Ah. Oh. So if I reverse the polarity, you have no idea how much I wanted to say that. Some people are thinking, why? Why, X? Why did you even want to say that? Oh, I wanted to say that for so long. Can anyone tell me why I wanted to say that? I'm scanning chat. You wanted to sound smart. That was half the answer. Star Trek, Kai Brass. Yes, they say it in Star Trek. The amount of times I've heard Captain Janeway say reverse the polarity is just... reverse the polarity of the shields. Okay, we have successfully reversed the polarity of our redstone. Okay, I don't know if you can call it polarity, but we've made it now so that when an arrow lands here... Interesting, there was a bit of delay. Oh, now I'm confused. What's going on here? That's unexpected. Let's replace the door. Oh, maybe the world edit stuff messed with it, right? And now we're going to have that problem. Got it, got it, got it. 4 of them in a row, right? Ah. We need to... we need to reverse the polarity. We need to raise. We need to raise this. I don't know like how that would sound Trekkie at all. Increase the shields. We need to increase the height. Okay. So we actually want the doors to be open. That's something we know we're going to want first, right? Okay, so now we've got those. Now what happens when we shoot them? Yes. Yes. Wait, that opened in a different direction? What? I guess it can because it's trying to do its door magic and probably getting it wrong. Okay. Gonna add a 5th door. Wait, now I'm very confused again. Okay, 5 doors this time. Now check this out. This is probably going to make it really hard, but... Can you see how it's like leaving some of them open now? And I got it, and I got a shot through. Wow! So now, you shoot multiple arrows in, and if you time it, you leave one of them that's a game of skill. That's a game of skill! Yeah! Sweet. Absolutely sweet. We've built a game of skill. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you. Oh, wow, we've got an audience. Oh, jeez, I'm feeling the pressure. People are watching. People are watching. Can we compact it? Of course we can. Can you dig it? Yes, we can. Right, so that was extended, which means that piston can be in that spot. This can go there without affecting what's going on up above it. So then we just want to bring... Now, I don't want to mess with the timing of this at all, but if I put a repeater there, we can bring it down slightly more compact, which might be unnecessary. Those are unnecessary blocks. Okay, I'm going to need help from my audience over here in a minute. I just got to do a tiny bit more work on this. Now, I don't really want to change anything. I mean, the experience was good. I think the only thing I want to do is put a little bit more distance here. Now, I don't know. This isn't really going to affect too much, but I'm thinking it might be... Actually, yeah, I'm going to use glass because I've got a feeling I'm going to want to do this later. But along the sides here, I think I'm going to use glass blocks just so you can sort of see beyond. And then maybe it makes it a bit more obvious what you're trying to do. Okay. So all of that's kind of sealed. I think I want the player to be one block further back. Just going with what feels right. If it turns out that makes it too difficult, then that's something we can address. Here I'm going to have a fence. Maybe a wall. Put a wall in. Just to check you're shooting over this. What do we change? I think I know what the problem is. We are bud powering that from here. I kind of want to keep it snazzy and compact, but that is definitely being bud powered. So I think we might have to do this. It might also add a tiny delay. Yeah, that works. The arrow being caught in there doesn't matter. Now, where do I want the target to be? We've got like a 2.5 gap this side. I think I'll keep it like that. How does it look? How does it feel? Now, is it me, or did you used to see it always open at one point? Let's mess around with the feel of it a bit more. Okay, it feels like it's slightly better. Let's put a third thick in. I feel like I'm perhaps going to have it so it's open at the end. I think I'm going to go with the second one. The second one felt about right. So let's give it a shot. Oh man, this is kind of crazy. Like, I think it probably needs to be a little bit more doable than it currently is. It was open for like a split second then. Very difficult at the moment. I think what we'll do is disable or just remove the last door. See, now you can actually just get it in one shot. Or maybe not. Now my timing's all off. Damn, I'm terrible at this. Okay, I got it. I don't want the players to spend a long time here trying to get this shot, but there is also perhaps this that can be adjusted. Oh, that's horrible. No. That's not the way it's going to work. That makes me think that might make it easier. Oh my word. I'm so bad at this. Just spamming shots now is my new strategy. Oh! It felt like it was better before we redesigned it. Something changed when we redesigned it. It was probably that we added a ticker delay there. You can always actually put that on the inside, so that's not a problem of compacting, is it? Also, players are going to burn through arrows this way. Oh, this has changed the feel of it big time. Like, it's now got some like jerkiness. That feels really different all of a sudden. Okay, we're going to put that back. I don't really want to make it just the one. Sorry, the 4 doors. But I think what we'll do is eliminate the one at the back. Wow, that was a lot of arrows. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. Where's me axe? Where's me axe? From here over to here. Okay, I'm going to... Right, if peeps want to play, go ahead and play, and let's get a feel for the difficulty. Let's watch other people do it. Apparently the last repeater is missing? No? Oh, there. Wait a minute, was I testing that entire time without the extra repeater? Oh. Oh, what a silly goof. Actually, have we removed that door though? Well, I think someone got it straight away. So, the extra door is here. Look, there's an extra door there. Okay, we've got one over there. One here, one there. I think it's relatively doable with 4. That seems to be the catch. Okay, 2 in front of us. Again, another one. Although getting them back to back might be easy if you've like knocked a lot of arrows in there to disable some of the doors. Okay, another one here. And over on the left. Twice actually on the left. I think we can say at the moment that's pretty fair. And I'm not going to add the extra one now. I feel like the extra one isn't necessary. There you go. Look. Oh, look at that. Goodness me. Let's go ahead and remove this. But we need to keep the bit of redstone because the timing all works out basically, doesn't it? So that is our final design. So GG Sherpa with the skills. With the skills for real, man. Okay, I'm gonna grab that. Wait, what? I'm gonna grab that. Put it over here. And we can copy this one in. So I don't know where we're going to put that in the grand scheme of things, but that can get copy and pasted in front of one. But we might want to like not put it in yet, just because we're going to have to figure out where everything goes, right, and how they're going to work. So maybe something like this one is a long shot because we've got that. Maybe some sort of obstacles are in the way. Might be cool to do a like minecarts and armors. Oh, here's an interesting idea. Oh, the ideas are starting to flow a little bit. Let's grab some minecarts, right? Now, I can think of straight away a problem with this, but it might be sort of possibly... Well, there is a problem with this idea, but let's just see rather than assume. Okay, I've got that, and we've got an armor stand going back and forth. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, that needs to get in the minecart. Not me. Oh. Okay. Okay, Minecraft. Minecart. So I've got to have a space? I don't know how, if that's correct. Armor stand it is. Let me go check it because it's an entity. Also, 1,200 people watching. Thank you ever so much. I hope you enjoy this little bit of game design. I'm going to need so much help to get all of this done. So if you want to tweet me some ideas, make some little components for this game yourself, get involved, that would be awesome. Fully inviting everyone to help me out with this because the project is massive. And also, if you want to hit the follow button, we'll be doing more of this in the future. You can catch that. We've got Jasper Snyder here for 4 months. Thank you, Jasper. Appreciate it. Vegistry is here for 23 months. Loving the content. Love LPMT too when I can get on. Thanks for being an honest and genuine videos. An honest and genuine video. Thank you. Appreciate it. Our Perutos is here for 3 months saying, hi, X, love the streams. Glad you're enjoying them. Okay, here we go. So we're summoning a minecart and it needs to be a regular minecart with a passenger that is an armor stand. And it's got it, and it's a little different from how I did it, so I can see why it didn't work. Now, is it actually there? Yes, it's there. Oh my goodness me, that's amazing. And also unicorn. So here's what I'm thinking, right? You shoot. Oh, that destroyed it. Now that was a full-powered bow. I was kind of expecting. Now that I think about it, I was doing a test the other day where I learned this would be a thing. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. I want to put something in that actually blocks. Like, what blocks a shot in vanilla? Is that just with an arrow that you... What is going on here? Some sort of magical arrow. I want a magical arrow. Enderman in a minecart, says Tabby Paws. Doesn't the Enderman just get out of the way of the arrow, though? Fish in Face, thank you for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it, dude. Flying machine. Snow What hero? Onto something. People are saying pistons. It would be very similar to this one here, wouldn't it, actually? It would be a case of you stand on a pressure plate and pistons get retracted. So we've kind of actually already done that. Moving obstacles felt a little different. Villager block shot. Yeah, it also takes damage. I like the idea of flying machines, peeps, but it's a bit much, a bit redstone heavy, I think, and it's kind of similar to what we were talking about with pistons. An arrow can't hit an Enderman; it just bounces off. I thought the Enderman like teleported away. What is going on over there? Maurice says iron trapdoors. Well, then it's pretty much the iron door challenge again. I don't want to build this one again, essentially. By the way, we can get rid of this now. Let's grab it like a rabbit. Got our one over the end, a complete contraption. They actually bounce off, says Copkit. Well, it's something to keep in mind then. I'm not a fan of capturing mobs in Minecraft. So if we run out of ideas and we think that's the one, then maybe, but I kind of want to avoid that if possible. A piston feed tape with magma blocks. Skylar, it's an idea, but well, we'll come back to that at another time. We want to focus on like what kind of mechanics can we exploit here to make some interesting challenges. Like we'll do the stuff we'll do last will be like the parkour challenge. There's going to be one of those, right? Things like that we'll do later on. What mechanics can we exploit here? We're going to have the honey drop somewhere, we know that. Let's actually make a note though, like, where are my notes again? So, oh, well that's gone. Minecart. So minecart, we're going to have the honey drop, we're going to do... I'm just going to put an armor stand, which makes no sense. Parkour. Actually, yeah, I should really change that to a wall. We've got to do like a bouncy thing as well. I think what I might do is something where you get pushed up by a slime block and then sent off to the side. That's a relatively straightforward thing. It'll be about timing. And I think it's a nice mix of skill, tiny bit of luck probably. So I understand what that means. We'll put this up here with another thing there. So we'll do that at some point. Like the player takes a shot, goes flying over, tries to hit the target block. Right. Simple long shot. Yeah, we do want to include the simple long shot. I mean, maybe we make it so you have to get a bullseye, right? Or something crazy. So that one over there, for example, will be won't have any kind of like condition for accuracy. What we're also going to do is put down an iron door. And say... Just had another idea. If we could set up some redstone, and this actually in my head sounds sort of maybe possibly simple. But let's say we can reset redstone across a surface area. Then we can let players open and close doors. Right? Now, the problem with this is, unless we put in obstacles they can't interact with, you know exactly where you're going. So you're going to be like, let me through, now I'm through. So if we can make something relatively big with obstacles in, and then it's a bit of a mad dash, like open this one, and then, oh no, I've got to go through here. Like if we can engineer it like that, and then reset it. The thing is, the resetting, there are two states in which a door can be. If you power it, and let me just double check this. Like if you power the redstone, power the door, it changes its state, right? So whatever position I leave it in, when we do that, it always returns to this position. That means we can reset it. So that is an idea I want to invest in, okay? Door maze, we'll call that. But it needs to be well designed, so we'll put that idea down there. The other thing is, a lot of these are going to need to, in some way or another, tell you if the other team have done it already. So when you get to this one here and you look through the gap, you need to be able to know if the other team have done it or not. I think some will, some won't, but you'll get here and you'll be like, oh, I can see black, so that means that one's been done. Right? And you have to take a journey to get there. Oh man, this song's so good. Hey, what's going on? Everyone's boogieing. It's boogie on downtime, apparently. My friends, today's stream had to be just a shorter one, unfortunately, because of, you know, having other commitments and things to do. So that's where we're going to wrap it up, but I'm feeling really good. We definitely got some good ideas again. I'm going to encourage y'all to hit the follow button if you ain't done so already. Going to encourage y'all to tweet me your ideas. I'll be on the lookout on Twitter. Let's make this next arena absolutely amazing together, okay? It's going to be wonderful. Right now I'm looking for someone to raid, and although they're not playing Minecraft, they're playing Super Mario Bros. I love that game. That is the best one, the third one. I feel like a bit of nostalgia. So our raid today will be Music Man, who you've just been listening to their music. So go tell Music Man if you enjoyed the music today. Anyway, that raid is now going on. So that's the end of the stream. Massive thank you to everyone. I appreciate all your support. Thank you to all my Patreons. Thank you to everyone on LPMT2 hanging out with me and helping me do the game. And I'll see you soon in another one. Bye bye.